So Nielsen, who tracks streaming numbers, released the top 100 most watched shows of 2024 to 2025. I know we're in the middle of June, but they release these cycles in the middle of the year. That's just how it works with their TV shows. And unfortunately, when it comes to Daredevil Born Again, you're going to see the top 100 here. We're going to scroll down. They are 92nd on this list. And I've been on record saying I think it's a really good show. I enjoyed how they developed Kingpin and Daredevil, how Kingpin was the mayor and Daredevil. He didn't, become Daredevil towards the middle of the show, which I thought was great and realistic, especially after they killed off Foggy. I know people had a problem with that. Also, not having Karen for a while until the end of the show. So the original cast that they had back then wasn't involved a lot with this season on Disney Plus. And some people didn't like it. I didn't mind it because, again, you brought the Punisher in. And all in all, I just enjoyed it. I think a lot of this, when it comes to the views, is just Marvel itself has not been making great decisions over the last 6 years. We've talked a lot about the race swapping, the gender swapping, how they want to woke everything up. I don't think Daredevil Born Again had a lot of that in the show, really at all. It just is suffering because people have walked away from Marvel. It's just really that simple. You can try to come up with reasons. If you want to say marketing, that's fair because you went from Netflix to Disney Plus, but I believe that's part of it. I don't think it tells the whole story. When you have alienated your fans and have not listened to them, when they have given you feedback and they said, "Hey, stop changing our characters. Hey, stop forcing ideas down our throats. Hey, we want to get away from reality and escape into another world." That's what movies are for. But you're introducing ideas that don't align with our values and something we don't like. This is what you're going to get, unfortunately. Now, am I excited for the next season? Of course. I think what they're going to do, if they execute correctly, do the right casting, Daredevil Born Again, if they, I don't know if they've been calling that the next season on Disney Plus, I think it'll be a really good season, in my opinion. But just looking at the other shows, I mean, you got Star Wars Skeleton Crew ahead of them. They're tied with Love Is Blind. I haven't watched Love Is Blind since COVID. And you go up here, and the next Disney Plus show is Agatha All Along, and no other Disney Plus show made it into the top 45 list or top 40. Top 10 shows are from like Netflix, Prime, like Reacher didn't even have a huge budget. They're in the top five. A lot of Netflix shows did really well. And it just makes you wonder what's going on with Disney Marvel. And again, a lot of it just coming down to what they've done with these stories, and everything feels all over the place. Again, I think Born Again was really good, in my opinion. I really liked it. I saw Nerdrotic just dump on it. I didn't agree with him in his views. Critical Drinker as well. Some of these guys, they make good points, but I think if we're always going to be negative about Marvel, I think we need to take a step back, in my opinion, and just really look at the shows and be more objective, because we could fall for this trap of, oh, everything's going to be garbage for Marvel, so let's just trash it. Not necessarily. Again, I think this show was really good because they didn't have a lot of that stuff in the show. There was probably one scene where the guy was in jail. He was talking about, I'm always coming back here in jail. The justice system isn't fair to me. I didn't really like that scene because, like, you got to make better decisions. However, all in all, I thought it was fine. That was good. And I enjoyed how they developed Kingpin as the mayor. And then he had, he was plotting, getting the task force on his side, and he just took over the whole city, which is really cool because it sets up the next season. And Daredevil was kind of lost, and he's got to figure things out. The Punisher, he got locked up. I didn't understand why he didn't have his guns, but it's okay. I'm not going to be overly critical of the show because, again, if you're telling a good story and if you have good characters, I'm going to be on board for it. That's what I thought about Daredevil Born Again. But this is not what you want if you are a Disney Marvel fan. This is not what you want Daredevil to be ranked. You want to be in that top 50 or, top 10, right? But it didn't even reach those heights. The ones on Netflix were great. And you can argue that maybe some of it is because it's switched from Netflix to Disney Plus, and you have some fans over there that haven't been watching Disney Plus because of all the other junk they put out. So maybe Daredevil Born Again has suffered from that. But all in all, it's just not the best look. And once again, people are apathetic towards Disney Marvel. They don't care. They've moved on because Disney Marvel for the last 6 years have just killed their fans and tuned them out and have pushed them away. It's unfortunate, but Hopefully, Avengers Doomsday will reboot everything, the correct course, because one can only imagine that I'm sure Disney Marvel doesn't want to keep losing money, right? I don't think they want to keep going down this road where people are not interested and they don't want to show up at your movies. I mean, we've seen Thunderbolts flop at the box office, even though I thought that was a good movie, but people didn't show up. And then Captain America didn't do well at all at the box office. So eventually you think like, okay, the MCU stuff going on with, the women power and men looking weak, you would think eventually they would steer off that. I think they are on under some type of contract where they got to please a specific base, and hopefully that ends soon and they're right the ship and get things back on track. Because man, right now it's just not looking good numbers rise. I understand some of you love Daredevil Born Again. I agree. I really enjoyed the show, but people just aren't watching, and that's unfortunate. Hope you guys enjoyed this video today. I'd love to hear your thoughts about the numbers that came out about Daredevil Born Again. And did you like or dislike the show? Love to hear your opinions on that. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure to share the video as well, and I'll see you in the next one.